welcome to the post-game press conference for the WBBL Cup final. London Lions won 87-47 against Newcastle Eagles. We are joined by Newcastle Eagles head coach Noelia Kachira and captain Marina Fernandez, as well as London Lions coach Mark Clark and MVP Azania Stewart. We will first start with some opening statements before we hand over to questions from the media. So just first of all, Noelia, just a brief statement with your thoughts on the game, please.
I think it was a tough game on our end for sure, as the result shows. I think you guys played an outstanding game. You read very well where all the openings were, and I think tonight the best team won. Well done, congratulations.
I completely agree. I mean, they were the better team. We've been struggling for the past month. We've had a lot of adversity coming our way as a team, and we just had to fight for 40 minutes. We came together, we fought, we gave our best effort, and that's all we could do.
Obviously really pleased to get the win. It's in a way, it's a nice way for us to end the first half of the season. We've really had a real tough set of European campaigns, and to end this part of the season by getting some silverware was great. I think Newcastle did an excellent job, given some of the adversity they've had to deal with. Obviously as well, they did a great job getting to the final with a tough win over Leicester. So we had to play well to win the game, and we're pleased with the way we played.
For me, I was just happy to put a good show on, especially we had over 6,000 fans, so it was really nice to have people back in the building, so that was really exciting for me. And then just to put a good performance of WBBL basketball on the floor.
We'll open up to some questions.
Coach, obviously start of the season you set out some goals. Kind of, would you say this is the first sort of milestone in your targets for the season, and what's next?
Yeah, we set out some goals. I think ahead of this, obviously we set that goal of making the regular season of the Europe Cup, and we achieved that. And then I think we excelled beyond that by, getting the win over Bourges, for example, and playing some great teams and coming up with some great performances. I think the domestic goals of trying to win as many trophies as you can, but obviously focusing on the game that's in front of you is how we've tried to approach this. And I think the professionalism of the players since Christmas, in particular since the loss in Bourges, has been exceptional in terms of our level in practice. As Amy will tell you, we've practiced hard,
Killing us.
and defensively in particular.
No,
we tried to learn from that European experience and tried to bring that to the WBBL. But obviously, we've never won the WBBL Cup before, so it's always great to pick up silverware, and this group deserved it.
Congrats on the win. Commiserations. I'll get to the Lions first, if that's okay. The team looks like it really enjoys playing together. This does seem like an incredible camaraderie. Do you think going abroad to play in Europe, do you think that helped build chemistry and build camaraderie within the team to bring back? And obviously, you guys are highly talented, but how much of it is a chemistry standpoint from having those extra games and that extra time together?
I think also it just, it taught us how to battle, how to fight. Playing in Europe is a whole different level. It's so much faster, it's quicker. And I feel like that journey for us, being on the road, having to win and learn how to play basketball away from home. So for me, it was a journey from our first game to our last. And, to get the win against Bourges, it was such a chemistry moment. So yeah, that definitely helps us. But then within the WBBL, we haven't had many games, with whatever you want to say. We've had one game before this moment. So it's just been a lot of us on the floor practicing, trying to keep our level where we have been in Europe at a high standard, and holding each other accountable to then put this performance on the floor today.
And sorry, Michael.
I was just going to add, in addition to that, there's a real common purpose with the group. I mean, I think every single one of them understands why we're trying to do what we're trying to do, and on top of that, the organisation understands what we're trying to do, and they're enabling us to put that group on the floor. But there's everyone's in, and there's no one. Well, we have a thing we talk about we, not I, and I think everyone's on the we.
And I wanted to ask something briefly about the wider organisation. This is the first cup finals that 777 has been involved in the wider league. Obviously, you guys have got a couple of years' experience with them now. What have you seen from 777 for the past 2 years that you think will translate well from obviously working with them in a team, but now working with them more widely around the league?
I think the thing I'd say is like the promotion today, the way the game looked today, the way that the WBBL was presented, I think the important thing is to build on what the league already does well. So the BBL does a great job at staging events, selling tickets, and getting people to come and watch basketball at events. And then you add what 777 bring, and you've got a whole new level of professionalism and production on the game. The game looked a different level game, and I'm sure the men's game will be the same. And I think sometimes the mistakes that British basket has made is they've thrown out what was there before and said, oh yeah, the new people coming in we know you don't. And I think that's different now, and they're trying to build on the good things that are there. They're trying to stretch the BBL and the WBBL, and I think you saw the result in the way that the promotion was staged today.
That's great, thanks. Just one for the Eagles. It's obviously been quite a disruptive few weeks and months. First of all, as the coach, how do you game plan for something like the Cup Finals when you only joined the team a few days ago? And more widely on the team, what was the mindset? Because it must have been pretty difficult. You must have felt a little bit defeated already, at just signing players and trying to implement new systems. So what was the dynamic coming into a game like this?
It's a very interesting question. If you find the answer to how to prepare for a final when you don't have the time to prepare, let me know.
Okay.
But on that note, I didn't know the team that I was going to find coming into the locker room, and I found a team that was ready to play, ready to work, and that is ready for the rest of the season. So today we took the final as a moment to enjoy, because everybody wants to be in a final. Everybody's ready to play a final. You don't need to motivate players for a final. But most importantly, today was a great platform for us to build for the coming months. And I think that with the group of players that they didn't even know each other's names 48 hours prior to the game. Credit to them, because they came together, they bond, they have a great bond already after this game. And I think that's a great platform to find our identity and who we are. And I said before the game, we're Eagles, but we don't know how to fly yet. We need to learn how to walk first.
Do you feel the same in terms of the team from the players' standpoint? Is that a similar mindset? Do you agree with what the coach is saying?
Marina?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's a little different because I've been here from the beginning, and obviously we have a pretty different squad from what we had at the beginning of the year. And when you look at the roster, we have 6 players who have been here from the beginning. We're changing roles, we're changing mindsets. We have a new coach coming in, means new expectations. Everyone has to step up, be ready to go with whatever we have. And coming into the game, we were just making the most out of it. We knew we were playing a really good team, really, really good team. We were playing against Olympians, professionals, and they know what they're doing, really well coached, and we were just making the most out of it in this experience. Not everyone can say that they've played a final against a Eurocup team who has been representing the WBBL so well for the entire year. So it's just taking pride, and I can say I'm proud of what the team accomplished today. And obviously you look at the score and we lost by 40. We need to be better, and we can do better, but it will take time and it will take commitment.
Obviously, for you personally, how was it to be playing in the final today, especially after an injury last season and missing out? So just talk on that.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, I came in last year at the beginning of the year, tore my Achilles my first game playing against Nottingham, and I flew home. I was gone for the entire year, so obviously I didn't really have expectations to come back because I just didn't know what it was going to look like, and I just took it one day at a time. And I'm just trying to live in the moment without many expectations. I'm just trying to enjoy, just being able to walk, run, and hoop and play and compete. That's all I want to do. And obviously, I think I can do better, and that will take time and confidence and work. But I'm just grateful to be here today.
Zania, obviously you were MVP today. With so many weapons on the team, how much easier does that make it to play? And obviously with so many different people that could potentially win an award like that.
Yeah, I think for our team, anyone could win it, and that's what's so hard about us, to guard us, to stop us. And tonight, this afternoon, shall I say, my team really found me and put me in positions to be successful. We really tried to get me down low and post up and easy around the basket. And then, but yeah, I feel like we've been working so hard, and it's so nice for when you finally get practice on the floor and play. So yeah, good night tonight. And why is it tonight? It's this afternoon, Zania. I'm going home tonight. So yeah, no, I'm really, really proud. Thank you for having faith in me and putting me in positions and forcing, hey, Azania needs touches, making it a thing for our team. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I'll take the golden ball home.
Coach Mark, can I just throw one more? You said the whole team kind of knows what you're trying to do. Like, when you talk about sort of the wider organisation and what you are trying to do, what is the overall mission?
From a WBBL perspective, our overall mission is to put our team from London in a European context and be competitive in Europe. We want to do that with a balance of great British players and bring in international players to work towards that. And you've got to buy in to what we're trying to do. If you're not prepared to buy in, then the talent is only one of the things we're considering. And we're always looking to try and extend what we're trying to do. But what we're trying to do is be competitive in Europe. And we think and we believe that we've made we've done this year. We've shown that we can make that competitiveness happen. But next year we've got to turn that 3-point loss in Casterbrain into a win. We've got to turn the one-legged win in against Bourges. We've got to turn that into a two-legged win over a talented team. The great thing about the Europe Cup and the difficult thing about it is, though, we get the wrong draw, we're in a tough game in the qualifiers, and it could be a complete different. It's just you don't show up every day, then you're going to be on the wrong end of a result. And I think we show up every day, and that's why we got to the last 32, because we never quit in any game. But the overall mission is to put us on the map in Britain and put the WBBL on the map. You go around Europe now, and people know the WBBL is a league going in the right direction. We beat a Liga Femenina team. That's not anything people imagine would happen. We beat Bourges. Bourges have won the Europe Cup. They've been in the Final Four. Joe Edom has been in the Final Four of the EuroLeague. That's the level of what we achieved. But that was one-off nights. We've got to make it on a regular basis.
Do you see the WBBL more as preparation then for the European competition?
No, I think the WBBL. I think the important thing for the WBBL is if we can do it, then other teams in the WBBL have got to aspire to do it. I think the WBBL, player-wise and performance-wise, is moving in the right direction for the last few years. You've got Azania Stewart and Joe Edom playing in the WBBL for two. And it's up to the rest of the WBBL to see that as if we can do it, other teams can do it as well. It's not just about finance. It's about the organisation putting the right things in place to find it. Our finance, if you put it into context, Sam, our finance is nowhere near Bourges. Bourges have a €3 million budget. We're a long way from that, so we have to find other ways to do it and make ways to get our budgets to those levels.
Just a wider question for the four of you. Over 6,000 in the arena for today's final. How great is that for the league and for women's sport in general?
Sam asked a guy a question last week about how great it was for Stockport to win the up, and he said everything. It's everything. To get people in front of our game, it's everything.
I think that it speaks for the league and it speaks for what we're trying to do here, which is to promote women's basketball. And I think women's basketball is a different game to the men's game. And once the audience understands that, I think that we're in to get more crowd into our arenas.
Yep, definitely. I mean, promoting women's basketball is huge, and obviously we all put the work in, so this is just a payoff, seeing people coming in and supporting us, everyone. That's just like something that motivates us to keep going and trying to improve as a league and as a team, so huge.
I just love it. I think you work hard for these moments to play in a final, and then the lights, the fire is going. So for me to play back, and obviously we've all experienced the last 2 years of struggle with no fans. With it's cricket in an arena, and so to have that buzz again, for people to be out of their seats is really what we play for.
Thank you all. That concludes the press conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.